Don't you hate having free time but feeling as though you've wasted it? Are you someone who has no idea what they should do right now? Honestly, that's just my life. If you clicked on this video, it's probably because you're super bored right now. Or feeling as lazy as the person who decided to call it waterfall. I mean, I get it, but come on, have a more fun word. Anyway, I'm Awkward Noah, and today we're brainstorming some ideas on what to do when you're feeling bored. That will also leave you feeling productive. I, for one, know how hard it can be to muster up the energy for most daily tasks. So, I've compiled a list of specific endeavors for all types of energy levels. We'll explore 3 points for you to remember when you're a punk stuck in a funk like you never thunk. Try saying that 3 times fast. When you're a punk stuck in a funk like you never thunk. When you're a punk stuck in a funk like you never thunk. When you're a punk stuck in a funk like you never thunk. Okay, maybe it's easier than I thought. Anyway, let's get into it. These days, a lot of us are starting to feel like Grey Gardens after being stuck at home for long periods of time. Just like little Edie said, it's getting very difficult to draw the line between the past and the present. Very difficult. And in true Grey Garden style, I'm sure we've cluttered up the place in one way or another. Which brings me to my first point. Organize. This may seem as one of the most obvious points, but hey, stick around. It might not be what you think. Of course, actual cleaning is something that will leave you feeling gratified. You should start with a specific task like the dishes or the closet or that pile of clothes that you slowly think is becoming sentient because you swear you saw it move that one night. Doesn't everyone have one of those? No? Just me? Okay. Comment below if you also have a pile of clothes that you think is slowly becoming sentient. But anyway, it doesn't matter how large or small the organization is, just get to it. If your bed has become something akin to the big comfy couch full of everything you could ever need, it would probably be good if you pulled a 10-second tidy and got all those cups and containers out of your room. Yes, this is me reminding you to pause the video and take them out to the sink. I'm serious. Go, come on, go. And we're back. Doesn't that feel much better? Now, if your place is already spotless, show off. Fear not, for there's still other things you can do. If you're like me, your phone and computer could probably use some cleaning up. Backing up and deleting old files can free up space to help your device move a little more smoothly. Clearing out the thousands of memes and screenshots can also be a fun trip down memory lane. Like, remember the Dolly Parton challenge from this time last year? God, it feels like an eternity. It seems a lot further than I remember too. Who'd have predicted that Dolly Parton would single-handedly save 2020 with a new album, a movie, a meme, and providing funding for the cure of the virus that shall not be named? Dolly Parton is definitely a lady with her priorities straight. Which reminds me, is another thing you can organize to set yourself up for success. Tidying up your social calendar, which, let's be real, is just full of Zoom calls at this point, can help you be prepared for the days ahead. Planning out what you're going to get done that week is also better than doing nothing at all. However, if you still don't feel like sorting through your mess of a life, mood, there's another thing you can do to cure some boredom. Create. One of the most fulfilling tasks that we can do is making something that you feel proud of. That means anything, be it art, a new doodle, a story, a new YouTube video. I'm hilarious, I swear. If you're not feeling as creative, you could try building that thing that you've had stuffed in your closet since you bought it. Or puzzles, origami, I don't know, just make something. That means anything. I'm talking food here too, because everyone's gotta eat. That was a bad idea. Crack out that stuff that's been in the back of your fridge or the pantry and see if you can make something worth eating. That is, if the stuff in your fridge isn't growing sentience as well. Hey, that also helps with Organize. Not to plug Trixie Mattel, but 2 birds, 1 stone. Now available on iTunes. Anyway, even if you just make some ramen using frozen veggies and a scrambled egg, you are a chef. Me buys the 10 cents more expensive ramen. Also me, it's gourmet. It'll feel good to get food in your body, but it'll feel even better if you've made it. If you don't believe you should be anywhere near food preparation, I hear you, which is why you could also create a budget for the week and plan what you're gonna order. Or write a grocery list of the prepared foods that you're gonna need. Organize. See how everything comes together? I love full circle moments. And the last suggestion under create is kind of what you're doing right now. Creating knowledge. If you have a lot of time, you could watch a documentary about something that interests you. Or try learning a new language, because I know all of you are still getting those threats from the Duolingo owl. I can't hold them off much longer. It doesn't feel like homework if you're the one choosing to do it. See what I did there? It's one of those little switcheroos in your head that can turn your life around. Speaking of turning, that brings us to our final category, move. Now this one again, you might be thinking is obvious, but what did you learn from the last 2? We can't judge a book by its cover. I mean, did you learn anything from Shrek? And just like Shrek needed to get out of his swamp to stick it to Lord Farquaad, you need to move too. It always went over my head as a kid, but if you don't get Lord Farquaad's name, just say it 3 times fast. I'm surprised I didn't mention Shrek in my last 2 videos. Anyway, if you get active in some capacity, your body will thank you. You don't have to do a full-on workout, but if you can, that's great too. If it's safe for you to do so, just take a walk outside and pretend you're in a music video. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass, and I'm homebound. It's okay if you can't do that, to just take a walk down the hall or up the stairs a few times. If that still doesn't sound like something you want to do, why not just try what Ariana Grande would do? Switching the positions for you. And if you're not able to get something done from one of the other categories, maybe try moving locations and it'll help you be more productive. Full circle moment. And if you still don't have energy for that, why not move your mind? No, I'm not talking telekinesis. Calm down, Matilda. I'm talking about taking a journey with your mind. Crack open that book you've been meaning to finish, or start that movie that everyone can't believe you haven't seen. If you haven't seen Matilda, rewind back to Organize and get your priorities straight. I can't get my priorities straight, if you know what I mean. Anyway, even if you've been watching so much TV like me, watching something you've been putting off still makes you feel quite accomplished, especially when you have nothing else to do anyway. Or just throw on the TV and see what's on. And on this episode of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, I'm gonna be phoning a friend. Okay, I may have never watched Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but I definitely wouldn't mind being one. Another thing that helps move your mind is calling friends or a loved one. Maybe you haven't talked to your grandparents in a while. I'm sure it'd make their day. You get to feel good doing it, and it gives you something to do. Again, 2 birds. Trixie Mattel is shook. And if you really can't handle people, maybe the way to move for you is not by moving at all. That's right, I'm talking about meditation. Now, there's not one right way to do this, but perhaps shutting down and taking a moment to clear your head is all you need. Especially with all that's been going on lately, I don't blame you if you need to take a break from your thoughts. We almost need a break from the break. It's exhausting. And shout out to those who haven't got a break since this all began. The true heroes, the essential workers. We thank you. So yeah, point is, there's so many things we can do while we're bored. But if you want to feel productive while doing it, remember, organize, create, move. Or I suppose you could say create, organize, move. And then it would be like .com. Like the dot is because you're bored, and then the com is to remember to not be bored. I don't know, just remember. And that brings us to the end of another video. I hope you liked it, and if you did like it, you could leave a like and share it with your friends. And if you really loved it, I hope you could subscribe as I put out new videos every week. It's normally on Fridays right now, but like late Fridays. Anyway, if you got this far, I love you and you are wonderful. Don't stop being amazing, okay? And if you want to see more of me, you can find me on most socials at Awkward Noah or The Awkward Noah on Twitter. But I don't really use that. I hate it, but what can you do? I still don't know what to do for a close. Bye! We did it. We did it. We did it. Yeah. It's probably not good to eat pizza when you're filming. Whew. I mean, why not? And cut.